how to separate business and pleasure, meaning they don't know how to make a business decision. And part of making a business decision is not going in line with what everybody say is the right thing to do. Making a business decision sometimes may cause you to be disliked. And we struggle with that. We made a lot of bad business decisions because we made the decisions based on, man, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I want to be liked by them. I care about what they think about me. So I'm gonna make a bad business decision because of that. So we had to understand that a soft skill that we had to learn was, man, everybody ain't gonna like us. We can't care about what everybody think about us. Welcome to another edition of the Expose and Expand podcast show. I'm the man with the plan, Jeremy Mathis.
I'm your other host, Joshua. I'm going to give you the game, Mathis. And again, guys, welcome to another episode of the Expose and Expand podcast show, where we expose you to the ideas, the peoples, the strategies, the failures, the experiences that have gotten us from zero to millions.
What up, guys? So today we got a great topic. We're talking about soft skills. And soft skills are, according to Google, soft skills are personal attributes that enable someone to interact effectively and harmoniously with other people. Had to read from Google.
Easily known as people skills.
People skills, yes. So we're gonna cover the soft skills that we've had, though not really cover. We're gonna expose you guys to the soft skills that we've had to develop to get to success. Because there was a lot of things that we had to learn on this journey. And again, the whole concept behind the show is exposing you guys what got us to zero to millions. And as we think about topics, we said soft skills got to be one of them.
Yeah. Being from where we from, we always on 10. We always ready to spaz on somebody.
Yeah.
So that hood have you so constricted and ready to go and ready to and act out. So I want to talk about a time where we had our very first assistant that we hired. And
we're not going to mention her name. But
we did not have soft skills, and we quickly learned the importance of soft skills. So if you guys don't know, Jerem is the aggressive twin. He always doing too much, always been super aggressive. And we had this assistant. She came in. This was a couple of years ago. She came in. She was maybe for 2 weeks. She was probably with us for 2 weeks before everything exploded. So we was having a team meeting. We was going through the EOS system with an EOS implementer. And for you guys that don't know, EOS stands for Entrepreneur Operating System. So for us, we were trying at that time to grow the business. We're always trying to grow the business, but really trying to lock in and grow the business. So we had this meeting with the EOS implementer, and while we're in that meeting, we had to rate everybody on the team. And at the time, she was an employee. And for us, we quickly learned that there's certain things that you should and you should not say to an employee. Yeah. So during that meeting with the EOS implementer, we got down, we got deep, and I think it was you who really went all in on her, saying, because the EOS implementer asked us, what do you guys like about her and what you don't like about her? And for us, we always believe in the utmost, just being completely honest with people, right? So you went in and you was talking about things that you did not like about her, and at the time, we thought we was doing the right thing.
Yeah. And
this was on a Saturday. Monday afternoon, she came in and was like, guys, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. Simply because I think we was really, really tough on her. Yeah. Right?
So give you guys some more context, like a lot more context. When we first started out in real estate, it was just me and Josh for about the first 18 months, just hustling and bustling, doing deals.
Yeah.
And then somebody told us, you guys, if you hire an assistant, you guys would make more money. Hey, let's hire an assistant.
Yeah.
So we bring her in. We're gonna call her Kayla.
Yeah.
So we bring Kayla in to be our first assistant. And like Josh said, she was with us. I think she was with us for maximum like 3 weeks max.
Yeah.
But those first 2 weeks, she came in, and I was just being overly aggressive. I was being who I thought I needed to be, and not really understanding the soft skills needed to interact with her. And within those 2 weeks, the 3 weeks, out of the 3 weeks, the first 2 weeks, it was just like on top of her. And then we had the EOS implementation, because we was like, you know what, we want to grow. You can do better, so you can do this. So let's all sit down. And like Josh said, I laid it to her in the wrong way and my overly aggressive self at the time. And Monday morning, she came in, I can't do this. And she really laid into us. And I'm happy she did the way that she said it, the way that she said it. She helped us understand what we needed to learn and how we needed to be better when it came to communicating with people.
One one lesson that I took from that though is we know how we want to be communicated to. We know I want it raw.
Yeah.
Don't give me the what. Don't be soft with me. Be aggressive with me. Let me know exactly how you feel. And for us, one of the core values in my form is just radical honesty, and that's how you and I operate. Just I want radical honesty from anyone that's in my life. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't be soft with me. And that was our communication style. That's what we wanted from people. But we quickly learned that when you're working with other people, especially employees, you can't operate in that radical honesty. Sometimes you want to be honest with them, but sometimes your delivery matters. How you say it matters.
Yeah, because you said can't. You need to always be honest with your employees, but it's just how you say it.
Yes.
That holds true. It's not what you say, it's about how you say it. We was being radically honest, but it was how we was saying it that came off. But before we continue, I want people to understand the difference between hard skills and soft skills.
Mm-hmm.
Hard skills are like your technical skills, knowing how to code, knowing how to do like accounting, knowing like having skills that you can actually make money from. Soft skills are those skills that if you do it right, they help you make money. But soft skills, again, as Google said, let me go back to Google, personal attributes that enable someone to like interact effectively. So it's people skills and then those hard skills. I want to make sure that people understand the difference between the two.
Right.
So talking about the story of our assistant, one of the soft skills that we had to learn was how to communicate. That is a soft skill that it could be a hard skill and a soft skill, but in the context in which we're using it, it was a soft skill. We did not know how to communicate. It was, hey, do this, as opposed to, can you do this, and saying it in a certain manner. So I wanted to make sure that we made the distinction between the two.
No, good point. Good point.
So what is one soft skill that you had to learn, or you want to expose the audience to, that you had to learn to get to millions?
It's something I to be honest, it's something that I'm still learning, and it's understanding that I need to meet people where they are. For me, understanding that everybody is not on the level of what we are or what we may want them to be, and understanding that we all grow at different points in our life. We all have different journeys, different seasons that we're in. And to be real with you, that's a skill that I'm constantly learning every day, simply because of the situations that we have in business, and then also the situations with the kid's mom, right? Meeting her where she is, loving her just for who she is. So that's one thing that I had to learn. What about you?
A soft skill, and it's not necessarily helping you be. We define soft skills as being able to interact harmoniously with other people. One of the things that I had to learn as a soft skill, and it's not focused on interacting with other people. It's making myself better, and that soft skill was the power of saying no. The power of saying no is a soft skill that you and I had to develop, because me and you growing up, everybody liked the twins.
Yeah.
And I think we got used to that, and we got used to being people pleasers, if you will, being cool with everybody. And by doing that, we didn't know how to say no. We gave up too much of our time. We gave up money that we shouldn't have because we struggled with saying no. So one of the things that I want to make sure that people understand about our journey is that we had to get to a point where we had to develop that power of no, because there's so much power in it. So many people, I believe, that they don't do what they need to do in life because they don't know how to say no. Yeah. They're always saying yes to everybody, and that's causing them to miss out on things that they shouldn't be missing out on.
But why do you think it's so hard? It was hard for us, and it's still hard for a lot of people to say no. What do you think it is?
I think growing up, people are so used to the way that our parents raised us and thinking, oh, you got to be nice, and people don't know how to distinguish the two from being nice as opposed to protecting your peace and protecting your time. So I think growing up, your parents taught you, oh, you got to be nice. And then you never really, you never look at the two out of a different lens, and you say, you know what, I can't be mean to this person, so I'm not going to say no. When in actuality, you're really hurting yourself by not saying no. So I think it's how you were raised.
I think too, one, how you was raised, but then also just something that we're recovering from is recovering people pleasers.
Yeah.
for us, for a long time, we were people pleasers.
Yeah.
We never wanted to hurt no one's feelings.
Yep.
We always wanted people to think a certain way of us.
Yeah.
Right. And we always did things we always put other people before we put ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the skills that we had to learn. It took us a long time to learn that, but I'm thankful that we did, because for a long time, it slowed us down in our growth. We were always giving up our time, giving up our resources, and putting Joshua and Jeremy behind, or putting other people in front of us.
Yeah.
So that was a skill I think we definitely had to learn.
So we talked about soft skills, saying no, and you also mentioned recovering people pleasers. I think that's another soft skill that we had to learn. We had to learn it's okay for not everybody it's okay not to be liked by everybody.
Yeah.
It's okay for me not to care what other people think of me. I think that's a soft skill that's truly needed in today's society, and that's something that we had to learn. We had to learn that, hey, we ain't gonna be liked by everybody. Everybody ain't gonna really rock with the twins how we want them to. I think we put out a lot of good love and a good energy, and we expect people to give that back to us. And there was times in our past where we felt hurt when, like, dang, like, I'm giving you love, I'm showing appreciation, but you still don't like me. I think, man, you struggle with that, and that's a soft skill that we had to learn. Like, listen, in business, people don't know how to separate business and pleasure, meaning they don't know how to make a business decision. And part of making a business decision is not going in line with what everybody say is the right thing to do. Making a business decision sometimes may cause you to be disliked, and we struggle with that. We made a lot of bad business decisions because we made the decisions based on, man, I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I want to be liked by them. I care about what they think about me, so I'm gonna make a bad business decision because of that. So we had to understand that a soft skill that we had to learn was, man, everybody ain't gonna like us. We can't care about what everybody think about us.
Facts. And what's another soft skill that you had to learn to help you get to the next level?
My boy, I'm carrying the team right now.
What you need me to do, my boy? I'm here now.
No. But we talked about the power of saying no. We talked about a soft skill of being disliked and not being liked by everybody, not caring what everybody thinks. But another soft skill that we had to learn was doing what's best for the company and not what's best for one employee. Meaning, we used to always, star employees, we used to make sure that we put their needs over the needs of the company because we didn't want to lose them, or we didn't want to hurt their feelings, and that jeopardized the company a lot of times.
Yep.
Because we started to put the star players or the star employee up on the pedestal, other people on the team coming to us like, hey, how they get to do this? How they get to do that? And we started to realize, like, no, what culture are we going to define for the company? What are we going to do for the company that's going to make us be around for a long time? And that's making sure that we're not relying on one star player. So that was a huge thing that me and you had to learn. The company first, and then the employees after that.
Facts. Another soft skill I think we had to learn was conflict resolution. Conflict resolution with ourselves, and then conflict resolutions with all of our team members and our employees, because our old way of handling things, we from the crib. We from the hood.
Yeah.
Throw your set up. I'll beat you right now, my boy. I'll beat you. You know, and that was our way of resolving conflict. But as you grow and you learn, you start understanding that you ain't gotta fight. You ain't gotta raise your voice with people.
Yeah.
You can talk gracefully to people and still get your point across.
Yeah.
Right? And then understanding that when you raise your voice and when you take it to that level, whoever you're talking to, they're going to take it to that level, and you're not going to get any resolutions at all.
Yeah. So
once we learn how to effectively exemplify conflict resolution in our life, that helped us become better business leaders.
The reason why I wanted to have this conversation was because I just realized how much money we missed out on. Because we talk about we showing people how we got from zeros to millions, but in part of getting to zeros to millions was also the money that we missed out on getting to millions, and not having the right soft skills made us miss out on a lot of opportunities, I believe, because we didn't know how to say no. We said yes to one thing, and then that we really shouldn't have said yes to, and then something else comes up, and we already have a pre-commitment for something that we really didn't want to do. We missed out on money because we put star employees above the company, And then some of the employees started to leave because, oh man, this person is getting all-star treatment. So people need to understand the reason why we're talking about this is because not having these soft skills will, I say that intentionally, it will make you lose money if you don't have the right soft skills.
Facts. Another soft skill that we had to develop quickly was time management.
Yeah.
We were really, really, really horrible time management.
Yeah.
Horrible with time management. And for a long time, we would always, like you said, say yes to other people, right?
Yeah.
And then even from a time management perspective, our most productive time, at least my most productive time, is in the morning, right? I used to always give my time and my energy to people in the morning. Then by the time it was time for me to do what I needed to do to get work done, I was tired. I wasn't focused. My mind was all over the place. So I started the time block, and that's been a huge game changer for me. But before, we used to just willingly and openly give our time to any and everybody.
Yeah.
And learning to say no, right? And then learning to live our life in compartments, meaning, hey, in the morning, I time block. In the afternoon, I could do personal conversations. At night, I'm home with my family. That has helped us tremendously in every aspect of our life.
So one of the things you just touched on was, which me and you have gotten a lot better at this, is obviously time management, but you said time blocking and time blocking for the family. How has time blocking for the family and really controlling your time and being better at time management been a soft skill that has helped you make money?
You said time management for the family.
Yeah, time management. So time management. So time blocking for the family and having time management skills. Well, I'm sorry, just having time management, time blocking for the family. How has that helped you make money? You think
time blocking for the family?
Yes.
Help me make money?
Yes. So we block off. So essentially, what I'm asking you, we block off time, and when we get home at night, we focus on the family. We ain't focus on no business, because before, people would be able to call us, and we start realizing that people controlled our time, and we got frustrated because damn, we ain't spending no time with the kids. So the way that we've been able to make money from time blocking and being better at time management and time blocking for our family is that it has made us happy. I think it has made us happier people, because before we felt like we always had to be accessible to people. We felt like we always had to pick up the phone and miss out on activities that we really didn't have to miss out on. Understanding that we can call people back. Understanding that, hey, listen, I'm tied up right now. I got to talk with you later.
Got you.
So for me, one of the things that I wanted us to touch on, I was trying to ask you to explain how you become a happier person now that you have that time block for the family.
Yeah, that question was confusing, guys. I didn't know what he was talking about. It was confusing.
It's confusing me, goddammit.
But so that's now that I understand the question, that's a great question, because before, like you said, we would so freely give other people our time. I would come home, and when I'm supposed to be spending time with my family, people can call me, they can text me, and I'm telling my kids, hey, I'm telling Queen, hey, give me a second, baby, let me take care of this, and not understanding that I'm putting them to the back burner, not focusing on them, which should be my number one priority after God. So for me, one thing that I started to do is, when I get home, I intentionally put that phone down, and I give my kids and my family the time that they deserve, right? I sit there and I focus in on them, and I understand that this is the time that I need to be spending with them. This is precious time. And then I do the same thing at work as well, right? So when I'm with my family, I'm with my family. I try not to allow work to get in the middle of when I'm with my family. And the same thing, when I'm at work, I try not to let family come in and interrupt me while I'm at work. You, of all people, know that a few years ago when I was going through divorce, it was a hard time for me, and I allowed my personal life to get involved or to take control of what we had going on in the business, right? Not knowing how to manage my time properly, right? So I think people need to understand that you need to be intentional about how you spend your time. When you're at work, be all in, right? Focus on that. And then when you go home, the same thing, be all in.
Got you. While you was talking, one of the things that I wrote down was a soft skill that it was really a life changer for us. We talked about saying no. We talked about time management, controlling our time. We talked about not caring what other people say about us. We talked about putting the company over the employees and conflict resolution. But one of the most important things that we could have ever done, which is a soft skill, is talking to people we didn't know. Talking to people we didn't know. You talk about, you think about how that has helped us in our life. Because we grew up with a poor, broke mindset that, man, if I don't know you, I ain't going to go up and say, I'm not going to say anything to you.
No new friends.
No new friends, yes. So understanding that we had to get out of that shell, get out of that bad mentality of, oh, I ain't going to talk to nobody that I didn't know. That was a soft skill that has served us so well. Being able to go and network with people, and that has really changed our lives. You want to add anything to that?
Nah, that's a great point when in regards to talking to people that we don't know, because it has opened up so many doors for us. So many opportunities have came just because we've talking to people that we don't know. I could think of one right now where with Kenny.
Yeah.
A person we did not know. We met him in college.
Yeah.
We saw him at a basketball game, and we just started talking to him. And here's a person that has opened up his home to us, opened up opportunities to us, helped us raise money, helped us in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, I think that's definitely a soft skill that a lot of people need to develop. And I'm thankful that that was something that we overcame, because I remember we used to always say, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Why are you talking to me? I don't know. You be ready to fight with somebody. Even better, when we went to university school, when we, so guys, if you don't know, in high school, we transferred schools. We went from Carroll City, which was an inner city school, 3,000 black kids. And then we transferred, we went to university school, which was where the 1% send their kids like 20, 25 grand a year to go to high school. And when we went to the school, we were new kids on the block. So everyone, hey, how you doing? I'm Jeremy. Hey, how you doing? I'm Joshua. And we like, what? Why you being so nice to me? What you trying to scam me? You trying to get something out of me? And then thankfully we had Coach Harrod in our life to help us understand, like, no, guys, that's life. You need to meet people. You need to talk to people. You need to create new opportunities for yourself. You need to build new friendships.
For me, I think we've laid out a lot of soft skills that people need to really ask themselves. You know, what are my soft skills? What are things that I need to get better at so that I can start making money? Is there anything else that you wanted to add to the conversation?
Another soft skill I think people need to have, and one thing that we are constantly trying to get better at, is asking better questions.
Yeah.
Knowing how to ask better questions. Right? The better the question, the better the answer that you get. And for us, we struggled for a long time communicating and asking questions. We never got the answers we wanted simply because we never asked the right question.
You look at the example right 5 minutes ago. I'm asking you a question, but because you don't understand it, you can't answer. You can't give me the answer that I need.
My boy, that's why I wrote it down, my boy. I'm like, what you talking about? That boy don't speak no English.
No, but that is, guys, I think that is top 2 soft skills that we had to learn. We're still learning, because I never think you stop learning how to ask good questions. That is something that I want to credit. Thank you, Josh, for bringing that up, because that is something that's critical. If you want to be successful, you definitely got to ask the right questions. Because as you guys just saw a couple minutes ago, I'm asking Josh a question. He don't even understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even know. So there's no way that I can get the answer if you don't understand what I'm asking.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely a soft skill that we had to learn. And we're still learning.
Yes. Another soft skill I want to talk about, which is so important, is emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So many people don't have emotional intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So emotional intelligence is understanding that, okay, when you're in a situation, right, knowing when to speak, when not to speak, knowing what to say and when not to say it. There's a time and a place for everything. A lot of people don't have emotional intelligence. A lot of people wear their emotions on their sleeves. Let's be real. That's why a lot of people are in jail.
Yeah.
Because they don't know how to manage their emotions. They allow their emotions to get the best of them, and it makes them do things that they will end up regretting or putting them in bad situations.
Nah, for real. That was good. We talk about that all the time, about how we interact with people that just don't have emotional intelligence, and not having that emotional intelligence make the conversation feel like awkward. Like,
you
got going on? What you saying?
Yeah.
So that's key. That's key. So I want to recap. You got anything else that you want to add? Because I sit down and I want to recap them so people can write them down You got anything else you want to add?
Last thing is active listening.
Ooh. Look at that boy helping out
You
the team
left-
today.
You know, I'm the star player.
Look at
right?
that boy helping the team out today.
I started the game. You know, this like the flu game. Like Jordan with his flu game, he ain't started, but he finished strong. You feel me? I'm gonna finish with 45 points in this game. But active listening
that's
is so
another
important.
good point. That's another good point because so many people they listen to respond,
Understand.
not to understand. They're listening to respond and not to understand. And there's no way you can have an effective conversation if you're listening to respond.
I think for you and I, that has helped us grow so much in business because for the longest we never actively listened to each other.
Yeah.
We always listen to respond.
Yeah.
I'm always listening so I could defend as opposed to actively listening and trying to understand what it is that you're saying. So as we both grew and started saying to ourselves, let me listen to actively listening to what he's saying. Even if he's reprimanding me or telling me something that I may not want to hear, right? So when we got to that point, I think that's when our relationship got better. And then also the business started to go in the direction, all of our businesses started to go in the directions that we wanted to go.
Nah, because when you're active listening, it's really solving problems when you really think about it. Because you're not just trying to respond to somebody in a negative manner. You are really trying to get to the root of their problem when you do the active listening. Another good point by that boy. Another good point on the scoreboard by the man.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Come
So
on.
you got anything else? Because I want because I've been writing them down because I want to recap. Because guys, if you're listening to this, take the time to really write down these skills that we've had to develop, and we're still developing, that is helping us make money. Because I can tell you, if you don't have them, you will miss out on opportunities and you will miss out on money. Try and ask me how I know. Ask us how I know.
The last one I just wrote down is adaptability. Being able to adapt to different situations.
That boy is really putting up the points at the end of the game.
I'm flowing right now, my boy. I'm a poet, and I'm in my prime right now, my guy. But adaptability, you think COVID.
Yeah.
Prime example. You know how many people lost everything? Yeah. You know how many people lost their minds during COVID? Simply because they couldn't adapt.
Yeah.
So for us, we're like chameleons. You put me over here, I'm going to figure it out. You put me over here, I'm going to figure it out. But a lot of people don't have that soft skill. This is them. This is all they know. And then when life happens, when things happen and they don't go according to their plan, they don't know how to adapt and they end up losing.
Why do you think people don't know how to adapt, though?
Boys ain't from the crib. They ain't from the hood. You know, for us, growing up in the hood, you had to adapt. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You shooting that rolling dice. The police pull up. You got to adapt to the situation. But all jokes aside, I just think because so many people have a one-track mind.
Yeah.
So many people just say, this is it. This is my life. This is how I have to go. And then they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So for us, I think just born and raised where we were from, and I mean how we were raised, you just had to know how to adapt because you don't know what tomorrow brings. Right? We may be here one day. We may have to go here tomorrow. Right, it may be, we just had to adapt.
I think the reason why most people don't have the ability to adapt is because of lack of exposure. How can you adapt to something when you're not exposed to anything new? If you're living the same life that you're living every single day, it's tough to adapt. To adapt, we learn how to adapt because we transferred from an all-black high school to a predominantly white high school. We learned then. We got exposed to it then. How many people don't get that? How many people are not fortunate enough to get that exposure so that they can learn how to adapt? We really was put in training camp when we transferred there.
Ooh.
We was put in training camp. Every single day was training camp for us to learn how to adapt to our environment. Yes, you're right. Growing up the way that we did, we had to learn how to adapt to certain things and certain things and in certain places where we went. But going to the high school every single day was really, I think, a training camp for us. How to adapt, how to be different, how to know how to blend in or stand out, and what does that look like? So
no, that's one thing that, like you said, I think we do well. You put me in the boardroom, I'm a button up, do what I need to do. You take me to Studio 183, lit, boy. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to adapt is definitely a skill that a soft skill that people need. So let's give them a rundown. What are some soft skills that people need to learn?
So guys, I'm gonna give you all the soft skills that we've been exposed to, and that we're trying to expose you guys to ask yourself, do I have these in my life? And if I don't have them, what am I going to do to get them in my life? Number one is saying no. Number 2 is controlling your time and time management. The next thing is talking to people you don't know. So meeting new people. The next thing is being disliked and not caring what other people think about you. Next, we have doing what's best for the company and not for one employee. So right now, that's 1, 2, 4, 5. That's 5. Number 6 is conflict resolution. Number 7, emotional intelligence. Number 8, asking the right questions. Number 9, active listening. And number 10, adaptability. Those are soft skills, and I'm sure there are more, but those are the top 10 that we wanted to bring to you guys today to help you guys and expose you guys to what we've had to learn on this journey in order for us to get to millions. Anything else for you?
No, that's it, man. I think this was definitely an episode that people needed to hear and people need to understand because so often as you grow, you're going to be put in different situations, different environments, and you need to have these soft skills so that it can prepare you in the direction of where you're trying to go. So, that's it, man.
All right, guys. As we say at the end of every show, we have our gentleman's agreement. You know, this show is free for you guys to listen to, but it's not actually free. We put a lot of time, energy, and production behind putting these shows together. So our ask is that you guys go to our YouTube page and you subscribe, or wherever you listen to podcasts, you follow us, you subscribe, and you leave a review. And the reason why we call it the gentleman's agreement is because we cannot see you do it. We just are shaking hands in midair and out of thin air and hoping that you guys go and subscribe and follow us on all platforms. So
again, man, thank you guys for watching. This has been another banger episode. Yeah. We truly appreciate all y'all love and support. So be sure, if you've gotten value from this or any episode that we put out, do yourself a favor, do your family a favor, do your friends a favor, expose other people to it, share it with other people. So again, guys, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you guys. Expose and expand.
Peace.
Peace.